Hey everyone, so there's a little bit of a problem with the Philips portal where you do your registration for the recall, and I thought I'd just quickly jump on here and explain what it is so that you hopefully don't make the mistake if you are thinking of obviously going ahead and putting your serial number in to register for the recall. Now, it was brought to my attention by Doug. G'day Doug, hope you're having a great day mate. I had noticed quite a few posts from people on the Facebook pages talking about when they entered their serial number into the registration box, that it was showing up that their device was not affected by the recall. And I did think it was a bit strange. Basically, if you have one of those devices that's listed in the recall document, your DreamStation 1, System 160 series, all of those devices listed. I'll link the document again in the description of the video. But if you have one of those devices, it is affected by the recall. It's not as though halfway through production, Philips decided to change the foam of the DreamStation 1 or the 60 series. It didn't happen. So if you go and put your serial number in the box and it flashes up with your device is not affected, it is affected. It's just that you've put your serial number in wrong. Now, I'm not too sure if Philips have done this on purpose or maybe it's just some sort of error. But what should be happening is this. If you make a mistake when you enter your serial number into the registration box, it should come up with your serial number is not recognized. You see, people might put in a 0 instead of an O, or maybe they miss a number. It shouldn't come up with your device is not affected by the recall. That's a bad mistake because, as you all know, people make mistakes when they're entering numbers all the time. All right, and we're going to go through a few mistakes that some of you might be making right now. But first, let's just have a little look at Doug's video, all right? It's a fantastic video. I highly recommend that you check it out. Doug looks like a fantastic guy. So let's have a look at his video, and then we're also going to talk about a Facebook post. All right, let's do it.
This is an A-Flex. I also have a C-Flex. The problem is when I entered in the serial number here, it told me that the unit was not affected by the recall. And the problem is this. If you look at the serial number here, it has the serial number, and then it has a space, and then it has 4 digits. Mine is 13F5. Okay? So with that, what's happening is if you put a space in there in between those numbers, you will not be able to get it set up under the recall. It will not come through. So please make sure when you put it in, do not put any spaces in there. The other thing is make sure that that's a 0 as a second letter, not a letter O. You can try it both ways. So let's just enter in a bogus number. Okay, and if I check the unit, it says at the bottom, serial number entered not affected. It does not say this is not a proper serial number of a Philips Respironics unit. This is a problem in my opinion. This should not say that. It should say you entered it incorrectly.
Now, I'm just going to read you one of the many Facebook posts that I've seen regarding this confusion. And this is a really good one because it's from an actual CPAP consultant dealing with a patient. All right, and it reads, "Weird thing happened today. A patient of mine brought in her CPAP machine, which happens to be a DreamStation 1. She didn't feel comfortable or confident putting the serial number in online to register for the recall, so I did it for her during the visit. The number we put in, which matched the one on her machine, showed that her machine was not affected by the recall. Has this happened to anyone else?" Now, what's actually happening in this scenario is the CPAP consultant is actually making an error when they're putting in the serial number. You know, maybe they're putting in a 0 where it's supposed to be an O, or an O where it's supposed to be a 0, or maybe they're putting in a space, who knows? And then it's flashing up, your device is not affected by the recall, which is very misleading. Imagine all the people around the world making these little errors, and then they're going, oh great, my device is fine, when it's not fine. So guys, you really need to be super careful when you're putting in your numbers into the registration form. Make sure they're very accurate and you follow the instructions. And if you do see that message pop up where it says your device is not affected, but you have a DreamStation 1, well, it is affected. So you've just put it in wrong. You need to go back and check it again. All right? Cheers.